Hey, are you a new principal of an urban school or a school that is rural, and you're feeling the push right now, and you're saying, I need to recruit new teachers. Especially, I need to recruit new teachers because there are people leaving my school, and I didn't even realize they were going anywhere. So, do you understand that recruitment doesn't just happen all at once? That recruitment takes time, it takes development. So you say, well, I've been to HR and they've sent me all these applications, and none of these people, when I call, they don't even answer the phone. Or you say, I've been to job fairs and people have said that they want to come to my school and they're interested in working in our community. And when I say our community, I'm talking about the community where we have our low income children, our urban school districts, our rural school districts, those campuses where our students are struggling. So you say, well, I've gotten lists from the alternative certification programs, and I mean, the list is a beautiful list. But, when I call those people, they say, they live 90 miles away, and, my school district, can't meet their pay scale, and our school district can't meet, their pay package. Then, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? So what I'm saying is that we have an opportunity to flip that around so that we have the opportunity to use the preseason strategy. So you say, well, talk about what's a preseason strategy? Well, it evolved, and the preseason strategy is that we're not going to wait until the end of the school year to start recruitment. The preseason strategy means that on the first day of school, we are going to use our teams to develop and evolve this preseason strategy. So, using the preseason strategy, you're going to have to develop your team. And developing a team just simply means that you, as the principal, you are going to make the determination what people you are going to have to help you to make the vision, the mission, and the core values come to fruition. Come to those days that your team is collaborating, your team of language arts teachers, your team of math teachers, your team of social studies teachers, your team of science teachers. Each team has a responsibility to develop that vision. So what happens when you're developing that vision? You're developing that vision when you collaborate, when you sit down as a group that has been assigned by the principal and you meet certain goals. So, as you are sitting down and you're meeting goals with all of these different teams, you're having different activities. What is actually going on? First of all, you are smoothing out this bumpy road. You are looking at your successes. You are looking at not failures, but as ways to improve meeting your vision, meeting your mission and your core values. So you say, well, that's all fine and good, but with recruitment, I'm just gonna go to the list. I'm gonna go to Google and I'm gonna say, give me 3 or 4 steps that's gonna help me to recruit teachers. Well, let's look at that. So The list says, well, let's look at your social media platforms. And the list says, well, let's look at alternative platforms. So what do you get? Let's look at universities. Let's look and see what kind of relationships you can develop with universities. First thing I want you to know about universities is that those universities have established those relationships in advance. They are not the ones who want to send their new teachers to our urban schools and our rural schools. That's just a matter of fact. Is that the right thing to do? No, it's not, but that's just reality. So you talk about, let's look at alternative platforms. Well, your alternative platforms are those people who maybe are scientists, or they're working in construction, or they're people who want to change professions. So you're going to go and look at those folks. Well, let me tell you, those people are not ready to be recruited at this time. They're just not ready. Or you say, well, let's look at social media. Social media does not help to establish relationships. You're going to go to social media, you're going to pull a person out, and then you're going to invite them to have an interview on your campus. There's no relationship formed there when it comes to your recruiting those people. The kinds of things that you are going to do in preseason to help you with your recruitment are those things that you are going to develop the entire school year. When you get your new teachers in, you are going to have that new teacher to be a part of a team. And then that team is going to develop into collaborations. That team is going to be looking at your vision. And if your vision, for example, says that we are going to have 100% of our children to master the algebra end of course test. And I know that may sound far-fetched, but if that's your vision, that's the direction that you're going in. And you know the kinds of struggles that you're going to have if your vision is for 100% of your eighth graders to pass the Algebra 1 EOC. That is the vision. And then working as a team, you start to dissect step by step by step how you are going to accomplish that vision. So what happens when you're accomplishing that vision? First of all, you get to understand each other. You get to support each other. So what's happening? What's happening? While all of this is happening, you are sharing this information with friends that are teaching at other schools, at other school districts, family members who may be out of town, out of state, out of country, and you're talking about how fantastic your experience is with your particular school. You are looking at roadblocks, and you are supporting each other by forming your agendas that's going to help you attack and to grow your mission and your core values. So what's happening? What's happening? We are so I say we're just so concerned about recruitment, and we just haven't figured out a way to encourage people to want to come to your campus. And I call this your preseason strategy. It's just like your athletes, your football players. They don't start the season off the first game without having some type of preseason arrangement. They're going to be recruited. They're going to do their training. They're going to establish relationships, and then you go on the field. Then you'll play the game. And that's what's happening when you do your preseason strategy. It's just not something that's just going to happen all of a sudden. You got relationships to build. People are going to want to come to your school because of the relationship that you're building with the team. So are you ready to develop your preseason strategy? Are you ready to look at those lists that you have and share that list with your team and say, hey, let's divide this list up. Our science department, we have an opening here. Look at this list of potential science teachers and let's get together. I mean, this is how if we start at the end, this is how we're going to have to work together. But when that new school district starts, you're going to already have your preseason plan underway. And that preseason strategy will take into account all of your team members, all of your collaboration, all of the things that you need to meet your vision. And then when the end of the school year comes around and your team says, well, we need a new ELA teacher, we need a new science teacher, and we need a new math teacher. And you say, all right, team, we have worked together. We have found people in our math department that we know is not a good fit. They've turned their resignation in, and we got somebody who we think will be a good fit in our environment. And that's all because of your pre-season strategy. So don't worry about, well, I'm in an urban school, I'm in a rural school, I can't get anybody to come over here. I have to depend upon permanent substitutes. I can't depend on people who are, straight out of college. And let me be, completely honest with you. That's going to be an issue. It's going to be an issue. But when you have a team, you can get through that. But what I want to encourage you to know is that your preseason is going to determine your recruitment. Are there going to be some struggles? Absolutely. Will you be able to get through it? Most of the time you will. And then once you get through it, you have your team to recommend these new teachers for your campus. And then you will come to the end of the year where you celebrate and you have a hallelujah success story. But the pre-strategy takes place at the beginning of the school year. And when that pre-strategy takes place, and it is a process throughout the year, when it comes to the end of the school year, you're going to say, this recruitment job, I got it underway. And even when you go to the job fair and you do have interested teachers who may be, within your adjoining cities or adjoining school districts, the first thing they're going to do is ask their friends about your school, because that's how we connect. That's how we build. And that's how we do our preseason strategy. So if you have more questions and you want to have more help with developing your team and see how we follow the 7 pillars of having a winning culture, then look on the script and give me a call so that we can schedule a meeting to discuss the kinds of things that's going to make your school a hallelujah success story. We can also look at the link and you can get a free 10-page handbook of successful ways to maintain your school success. And then, of course, you can click on the link to join Principals on the Come Up. So I'm Barbara Polk. I'm inviting you to make that call. Let's have a talk about the things that we can do to make your success and to use that preseason strategy. I'm Barbara Polk, Principals on the Come Up, where we transform schools into a hallelujah success story. We'll see you next time.